Tony Stewart just won something big, and Kyle Larson, well, he said something that made everybody furious. Tony Stewart has won in many types of racing, but on April the 13th of 2025, something new happened. For the first time, Tony Stewart won an NHRA Top Fuel drag race. This win came during the NHRA 4-Wide Nationals, held at the Strip at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The format of the race was special because it had 4 drivers racing side by side instead of the usual 2. Stewart crossed the finish line in just 3.870 seconds and reached a speed of 317.42 miles per hour. That is extremely fast, and he beat some strong racers like Antron Brown, Justin Ashley, and Jasmine Salinas. The win was not just fast, it was also historic. Stewart became the 999th different winner in the history of NHRA. That number is very close to 1,000, which means Stewart's win will be remembered for a long time. Another reason this victory is important is that it makes Stewart one of the few drivers who has won races in every professional racing series that has taken place at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. These include NASCAR, USAC, and now NHRA Top Fuel. That's a rare accomplishment that shows how skilled and versatile he is as a driver. Stewart is 53 years old, but he's not slowing down. In fact, he's already planning what to do next. According to Kelly Crandall, a well-known NASCAR reporter, Stewart said he'll make a list of all the things he's achieved and all the things he has not yet achieved in racing. He has seen fans post lists on social media about his racing history, but he believes many things are missing. So he wants to make a full and accurate list by himself. This shows that Stewart is serious about looking at his full journey and thinking about what more he wants to do in the future. Right now, Stewart is second in the 2025 NHRA Top Fuel standings. He has 316 points and is just 16 points behind the leader, Sean Langdon. This means he's very close to becoming the #1 driver in the standings if he keeps performing well in the next races. Being second at this point of the season is a strong position, and it shows how much he's improved since last year. The story behind how Stewart got into NHRA Top Fuel is also very interesting. He didn't plan to join as a full-time driver at first. His wife, Leah Puit, was the main driver for Tony Stewart Racing in the Top Fuel class. But at the end of 2023, Leah had to take a break because she was pregnant. She was very close to winning the NHRA championship in 2023 but finished in 3rd place. When she stepped away from the car, Stewart decided to take her place and drive for the team in 2024. The 2024 season was not easy for him. Stewart finished the year in 9th place, and the team had trouble finding any strong results. He said the season was frustrating because they could not find a clear path to success. But this win in 2025 is a big change. It means the team is finally starting to move in the right direction again. Stewart said after the race that the win felt unreal because he now understands how hard it is to win a race in NHRA. He said it takes a lot of work and time, and that the entire team needed this win badly.
It was a brief moment of just being excited and knowing that I could go to the racetrack and not have to answer all these damn questions about are you or when are you going to win a race. We've done it now, and now we get to show up and just race each weekend and try to do it again. When we got to do the photos with the team in Victory Lane, and I honestly didn't even realize it. I knew for Mike Domagala and Neil Straussball, our crew chiefs, I knew how much weight it put on their shoulders, not only running me and my history, but to go through a season like we had after Leah almost wins a World Championship, to go and fail last year and finish 9th in the points, and to see that pressure it carries for them to have me in the car with our history and not be successful. The weight they carried, I had no idea that the crew guys carried that same weight. And when we were doing the photos, and we were doing individual photos with the crew guys with the trophy in the car, one of them had mentioned that they were just happy to get that monkey off of their back and that they're going to show up at the racetrack with a lot less stress. And I had no idea it affected those guys that way. So it went away from what it meant to me to what it meant to our whole team and our whole program, and made me think of Charlotte back in 2009 again. So
Leah Puit has now decided to extend her time away from racing into 2025 to focus on taking care of their baby, Dominic James Stewart. While she stays home, Tony continues to drive in the Top Fuel Series. Many fans admire this because it shows how both of them are supporting each other. Leah made a big effort in 2023, and now Tony is making his own effort while she takes care of their son. Recently, Kyle Larson also said something that surprised a lot of fans. He said he wants to embarrass the Xfinity field every time he races there. This may sound rude at first, but there's more to the story. Kyle Larson finished second in the truck race, and he won both the Xfinity race and the Cup Series race. Winning 2 out of 3 races in one weekend is very rare, but Larson made it look easy. In the Xfinity race, he had a 10-second lead at one point. That's a very large gap at racing. It means he was far ahead of the others. On the podcast Happy Hour with Kevin Harvick, Larson said he wants to race in the Xfinity Series not only to win, but to show how big the skill gap is.
In Xfinity, I do get motivated, and this is going to come across like very cocky, but I want to embarrass them, honestly. I want to embarrass NASCAR a little bit because they just don't let Cup guys run anymore. And the kids, they probably think they're in a good spot and they don't know where the bar is really at. So I like to go run those Xfinity races and just get 10-second leads to let them realize that they've got a lot of room to improve. And I think that's only better for our sport. When those young guys can compete with Cup guys, they're better suited for the Cup Series once they get there. Yes, I want to smash the field when I run Xfinity.
I love that.
That's motivating for me for sure.
Some think Larson was being too arrogant, but others say he's earned the right to speak like that. He's been winning again and again, and not just by a little bit. At Homestead, he was 15 seconds ahead in the Xfinity race before a late restart ruined his lead. He still won the Cup race that weekend. So, when someone is that good, maybe it's okay for them to speak with confidence. Larson is not the only driver who's dominated like this. In the past, drivers like Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Carl Edwards used the race in the lower series and win many races. That time was called the Bushwhacker era. The regular drivers in Xfinity and the Truck Series had no chance to shine. That's why NASCAR changed the rules. Today, Cup drivers are limited. They must choose only one series in which they can earn points. Veteran Cup drivers can only race in 5 Xfinity and 5 truck races each year. They're also not allowed to race in playoff events in those lower series. This helps keep the fight fair for the full-time Xfinity and truck drivers. Now let's look at some numbers. So far this season, there have been 80 Xfinity Series races. 7 of those were won by full-time Xfinity drivers. Only one, the Bristol race, was won by a Cup driver, Kyle Larson. This means that even with a few Cup drivers in the field, the regulars are doing well. In the Truck Series, there have been 6 races. 4 were won by regular truck drivers, and only 2 were won by Cup drivers, Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. These numbers show that the balance is working. The Cup drivers add just enough excitement and challenge without ruining the season for the others. As always, don't hesitate to comment down your thoughts on this situation. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.